What if I told you that the key to happiness isn't more money, more success, or more approval from others? The ancient Stoics believed that true happiness isn't found in any of these things. Instead, they believed happiness comes from within, through inner peace, wisdom, and a calm acceptance of life's ups and downs. In this video, we're going to explore why Stoics, despite facing hardships, loss, and even exile, are considered some of the happiest people in history. Let's dive into the surprising reasons why Stoics, even in challenging times, could maintain joy and calm. Stick around because you might just learn the secret to happiness that's been around for over 2,000 years. But first, if you're new here, I share tips on self-improvement and practical philosophy to help you live a stronger, happier life. If that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. To understand why Stoics are happy, we first have to understand what happiness means to them. For most of us, happiness means feeling good, avoiding pain, and achieving our goals. But for the Stoics, happiness is something deeper. They called it eudaimonia, a Greek word often translated as flourishing or living well. To the Stoics, happiness wasn't just about pleasure or success. It was about living in harmony with your values and staying peaceful, no matter what life threw at you. They believed happiness came from building a strong character, acting with wisdom, and finding peace within. This means that Stoic happiness isn't about constant pleasure or excitement. It's about feeling steady and fulfilled even in tough times. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. Many people would feel frustrated thinking, if only this traffic wasn't here, I'd be happy right now. But Stoics see things differently. They'd accept the traffic and focus instead on how they can respond calmly. To the Stoics, happiness isn't about removing all annoyances. It's about maintaining inner peace in any situation. One of the main reasons Stoics are so happy is because of a powerful idea they call the dichotomy of control. This idea is simple, but life-changing. It's about knowing what we can control and what we can't. The Stoics believe there are two types of things in life: things we can control and things we can't. The things we can control include our thoughts, our actions, and our choices. Everything else, like other people's opinions, outcomes, and even our own health, is beyond our control. The Stoics teach us to focus only on what we can control and let go of the rest. This practice can make us feel lighter and happier, because we're not wasting energy worrying about things we can't change. Instead, we focus on what we can change, our own mindset and actions. Imagine if you could let go of worries about other people's judgments, traffic, or the weather. Think of how much peace that would bring. This is exactly what the Stoics aim to do, and it's a big part of why they are so content. Think about scrolling through social media. You might see people with perfect lives, amazing vacations, or exciting news, and feel bad about yourself. But a Stoic would remind themselves that they can't control what others post or what they choose to show. What they can control is how they react. So instead of feeling envious or upset, a Stoic would focus on their own growth and happiness rather than comparing themselves to others. Many people think Stoics are emotionless or cold, but that's a misunderstanding. Stoics feel emotions, but they aim to control them instead of letting their emotions control them. When things go wrong, Stoics don't react with frustration or anger. Instead, they practice acceptance. This doesn't mean they like bad things happening, but they choose not to waste energy fighting reality. They see challenges as part of life and an opportunity to practice resilience. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic, went through wars, plagues, and personal loss, yet he remained calm. He didn't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, he asked, "How can I use this to grow?" This mindset allows Stoics to keep their peace and happiness intact, even in hard times. Now imagine you lose your job unexpectedly. It's a challenging experience, and most people would feel stressed or even hopeless. A Stoic would still feel these emotions, but they'd choose to see the situation as a chance to adapt and grow. They'd ask themselves, what can I learn from this experience? Or, how can I use this time to find a new path? This approach helps them stay calm and focused rather than panicked. Gratitude is another key to Stoic happiness. Every day, Stoics remind themselves to appreciate what they have instead of always wanting more. They don't take things for granted. By practicing gratitude, they find joy in the little things and don't feel as disappointed when things don't go their way. For example, instead of worrying about losing a job, they appreciate the work experience they had. Instead of feeling sad about growing older, they're grateful for each year they get to live. This practice helps them see life as a gift and not as something to be constantly improved or chased after. Seneca, another famous Stoic, once said, "No man is more happy than he who values what he has." By focusing on what's good in their lives, Stoics are able to feel a steady contentment. Picture your morning routine. Instead of rushing and thinking about everything you need to do, a Stoic might take a moment to appreciate the simple things: clean water, a warm bed, or the smell of coffee. This daily practice of gratitude helps them start the day with a positive mindset. When we focus on what we already have, it becomes easier to feel content and satisfied, no matter what else is happening around us. One of the Stoics' most powerful ideas is amor fati, which means love of fate. This means accepting everything that happens, good or bad, as necessary, and even loving it as part of our life story. For a Stoic, every event in life, whether success or failure, is just part of their journey. They don't wish things were different. Instead, they find a way to appreciate what is. By learning to love their fate, they can stay happy even when things don't go as planned. This doesn't mean they don't work hard or strive for improvement. They do. But they also know that life is unpredictable, and they can find peace in accepting whatever comes. By practicing amor fati, Stoics develop a mindset that turns every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Imagine you miss your flight and your vacation plans get ruined. Most people would feel angry or frustrated, but a Stoic would practice amor fati. They would accept it and even look for positives. Maybe they'd take it as a chance to explore their home city or spend time with family. By loving their fate even when things go wrong, Stoics can find happiness in any situation. For Stoics, true happiness comes from within, not from outside success, possessions, or approval. This is called inner freedom. Stoics believe that when we rely on things outside of us for happiness, we become trapped because those things are fragile. Money can be lost, friends can leave, and our health can change. But inner freedom means finding joy in our own minds and character. It's about knowing that no matter what happens outside, we still have control over how we feel. Stoics practice self-reflection, focus on their virtues, and find satisfaction in being a good person. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who was once a slave, found peace and happiness in his character and wisdom, even in difficult circumstances. He taught that if we build our happiness on things that can't be taken away, like our own thoughts and actions, we become unbreakable. Think of a situation where you don't get the recognition you hoped for at work. You might feel disappointed or undervalued. But a Stoic would remind themselves that their happiness doesn't depend on other people's praise. Instead, they'd find fulfillment in knowing they did a good job. Inner freedom means not letting outside things control your happiness. It's like building a fortress within yourself, where only you have the key. When we face problems, it's easy to feel like they're the end of the world. But Stoics train themselves to look at problems from a broader perspective. They remind themselves that most issues are temporary and often smaller than they seem. They ask questions like, will this matter in 5 years? Or, is this problem as big as I'm making it? By seeing things from this larger view, they reduce stress and avoid letting problems control their mood. This approach gives them a sense of calm, which contributes to their happiness. Imagine a time when you were really stressed about an exam or a big presentation. At that moment, it felt like the most important thing in the world. But years later, you probably barely remember it. A Stoic practices this perspective all the time. When they face a problem, they ask themselves, will this matter in a month, a year, or 5 years? This mindset helps them avoid blowing things out of proportion and keeps them grounded. Stoics are very focused on the present moment. They believe the past is unchangeable and the future is unknown. so they focus their energy on what they can do right now. Living in the present moment reduces anxiety and makes each day feel richer. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do every act of your life as if it were your last." For Stoics, this means putting full effort into whatever they do, with attention and purpose. This habit allows them to find joy in everyday tasks and to live with a sense of fulfillment. Have you ever found yourself worrying about the future or regretting something in the past? A Stoic tries to avoid this trap by focusing on the present moment. For example, if a Stoic is having dinner with family, they give their full attention to enjoying the meal and conversation, rather than thinking about tomorrow's to-do list. Living in the moment helps Stoics find happiness in each day, instead of always waiting for something in the future. So why are Stoics some of the happiest people? It's because they don't base their happiness on things that change or depend on others. They find peace within, they accept life as it comes, and they focus on what they can control. The Stoic path to happiness isn't about avoiding pain or chasing constant pleasure. It's about building a strong character, practicing gratitude, and loving life in all its forms, even the tough parts. So, if you're looking for a deeper, steadier happiness, maybe it's time to explore Stoic principles. Try focusing on what you can control, practice gratitude, and see challenges as opportunities. The Stoics discovered these secrets thousands of years ago, but they remain as relevant as ever. So next time you feel stressed or upset, try a Stoic approach. Focus on your response, practice gratitude, and look for the lesson in every experience. You might just find that happiness isn't as far away as it seems. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.